ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه وذرياته وبارك وسلم تسليمًا كثيرًا كثيرًا. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء. واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال الله تعالى: ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال: خطبنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال: يا أيها الناس قد فرض عليكم الحج فحجوا. رواه مسلم. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم، ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. I begin by praising Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and sending supplication upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It is an honor and blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are blessed with these days. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Surah Al-Baqarah, Al-Hajj ashhurum ma'lumat, that the days of Hajj are well known. The days of Hajj are well known. The days of Hajj start from after Ramadan in the month of Shawwal. They continue throughout the month of Dhul Qa'dah and the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. Many people from our community have already left for the pilgrimage for Hajj. And there are many people that will be leaving in the next few days. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He makes their journey safe and that they come back, safe and sound, inshallah, and make the Hajj easy and make it accepted Hajj, inshallah. And for those of us who are not going, there's still some time. If you can go, Hajj visas are still open. If you are able to go this year. If not, plan it out for next year. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ayat that I just mentioned, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding every Muslim from the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam all the way till the day of judgment that they have to visit the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that they have to perform Hajj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose Ibrahim alayhi salam and He tested him throughout his life. He is a grandfather to our deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose him so much so that He describes him in the Quran as وَاتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ خَلِيلًا, and that we made Ibrahim alayhi salam our friend. Such a friend that till the day of judgment, the acts, the rukns that he did became an obligation for every Muslim to come on the surface of the earth. There are many lessons in the Quran that are mentioned to us, and stories that are mentioned in the Quran. And they are mentioned in the Quran so that we may reflect from them and learn lessons from them. And that from the previous nations that have come before us, that the mistakes that they made and the troubles that they went through, that we do not fall into the same category as them. In the previous nations, if the nation did something wrong, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cursed them and finished them, destroyed them. But as the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us warnings, but He does not destroy this nation. And like this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam in the Quran. And from each step along the way, there are many lessons that we can derive from it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Surah Al-Anbiya, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ رُشْدَهُ مِنْ قَبْلُ وَكُنَّا بِهِ عَالِمِينَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing Ibrahim alayhi salam when he was a young child. That he was amongst the people who were guided. And that he was known, وَكُنَّا بِهِ عَالِمِينَ, that he was well known that he was guided. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in a different place, وَإِنَّ مِن شِيعَتِهِ لَإِبْرَاهِيمَ in Surah Al-Safat, that his mutashabaha, his similarity was a lot with Nuh alayhi salam. That what the nation of Ibrahim alayhi salam went through, similarly Nuh alayhi salam went, through his nation went through very similar punishments and very similar trials. So as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduces Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was raised up in a nation that he was only one by himself. In the sense that he was the only one who was on the truth. He was the only one from his nation that believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he stood out from the rest of the people. His people were the people who worship idols. And he asks, the elders and the people of the community, إِذْ قَالَ لِأَبِيهِ وَقَوْمِهِ مَا هَذِهِ التَّمَاثِيلُ الَّتِي أَنْتُمْ لَهَا عَاكِفُونَ. That he asked them, what are these statues that you are so devoted to? If we take a step back and reflect this in our own life, when we get up in the morning, we go to work, we do our daily tasks, we do many things throughout our day. The statue might not be a physical one, but the statue in our life, comes in different, variations, different forms. When we leave the house, we say that if I don't go to work, I can't do this. If I don't do this for my family, I won't be able to accomplish this. So we have this logic in our head that if we don't do this, this won't happen. So Ibrahim alayhi salam asks his people, what are these statues that you are so devoted to? قال لقد كنتم أنتم وآباؤكم في ضلال مبين. That the people said that our forefathers, they worship these idols. That they worship these, idols. Today, we do many things that have nothing to do with our religion, but it has a lot to do with our culture and tradition. That we do it because it's culturally appropriate, or it's a tradition that is going on in our family for generations. And we stay firm upon that. And one of the reasons these stories are mentioned in the Quran is so that we don't fall upon the same mistakes as the previous nations. So as one person that's standing out from the entire tribe, even today, if someone, says something that is, against the norm of society, people look at him like, what is this person doing? So similarly, the people, they asked, قَالُوا أَجِئْتَنَا بِالْحَقِّ أَمْ أَنْتَ مِنَ اللاعبين? That are you coming to us with the truth, or are you here to make fun of us? The answer for Ibrahim a.s. was very beautiful. Remember, he is the only one from the entire community that his heart is connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows that these statues can't do anything. They're just there as a symbol. If you don't take care of them, the next day they will probably, break up into pieces on their own. They'll decay on their own. They can't benefit anyone. They can't harm anyone. So he responds, قَالَ بَلْ No. رَبُّكُمْ رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ الَّذِي فَطَرَهُنَّ وَأَنَا عَلَى ذَلِكُمْ مِنَ الشَّاهِدِينَ. That he responds that your Lord is the Lord of the heavens and earth. وَأَنَا عَلَى ذَلِكُمْ مِنَ الشَّاهِدِينَ. And I am bear witness to that. And he makes qasam after this. وَتَاللَّهِ لَأَكِيدَنَّ أَصْنَامَكُمْ بَعْدَ أَن تُوَلُّوا مُدْبِرِينَ. That he swears by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying that when you leave, I will destroy all of your idols. When you turn your backs, I will destroy all of these idols. So it is mentioned that his people, they have a very big festival. The way we have our Eid festival, the people of Ibrahim a.s., they had a big festival. So all the people had left. Ibrahim a.s. had requested that I wish to stay back. I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well. So however, he insisted and stayed back. And while everyone had left, he destroyed all of the idols. فَجَعَلَهُمْ جُذَاذًا. That he destroyed them, جُذَاذًا in the Arabic language, the root word is jidhun, which means very small pieces. Meaning it becomes into dust. So he made them into small pieces. إِلَّا كَبِيرًا لَهُمْ. Except for the biggest one. He left the biggest one. And the reason why the ulama have mentioned why he left one, the biggest one, is so that when the people come back, they may reflect that these idols couldn't even protect themselves. They couldn't do anything. They cannot speak, they cannot eat, they cannot talk. They cannot benefit anyone, they cannot harm anyone. So similarly, when the people came back, they saw that their idols are destroyed. They asked, who did this? He said, who did this? And it is mentioned, there was a little time that they did reflect, that these idols, they acknowledged it, that these idols cannot speak or talk or do anything. But yet, these are the idols that they worshipped. Today, as I mentioned a little earlier, in today's time, we say that, because I go to work, I'm able to do this. Because I do this, this happened. This all falls into the same category. Associating partnership with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That it is not that we, because of what we do, that our family is able to get food. It is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الرَّزَّاقُ ذُو الْقُوَّةِ الْمَتِينَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who provides. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَرْزُقُ مَن يَشَاءُ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. That He gives us sustenance without any hisab. It is mentioned about Ibrahim alayhi salam that he wanted to invite, a person. He wanted to invite a guest. And it happened so that that person was a worshipper of the fire. And when that person came, Ibrahim a.s. refused it. He said, I'm not going to feed you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to him that no matter what someone's faith is, I feed him. So rizq is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these people were frustrated, the people of Ibrahim a.s., that Ibrahim a.s. destroyed all their idols, and he left it to them to ask this big, statue to respond to them. And they knew that the statue couldn't do anything. So what did they do? They made a plan that they're going to build a very huge, humongous fire. Some people say it took 7 days, some scholars say it took up to 40 days. But anyhow, the fire was built. It is mentioned that fire was so big. Some ulama have said that if a bird was to fly over it, it will die just because of the heat. It wouldn't be able to pass over it. It is mentioned that the fire was so big, in some of the books is mentioned, that they didn't know how to put Ibrahim a.s. in the fire. They couldn't just simply push him in there. It is mentioned that shaitan came to them, and they made it like a swing, a sling. And from that they threw him into the fire. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the planners of all plans. He will never let a person who He chose as a prophet to be destroyed like this. The kalima that we say, La ilaha illallah, it literally means that there is no God but Allah. But yet this kalima has a very, very deeper meaning. That us as the makhluk, as the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we cannot do anything without the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No matter how much we plan, nothing can happen without the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants something to happen, it will happen. In the time of Nuh alayhi salam, that the fire became a means of burning for his people. أُغْرِقُوا فَأُدْخِلُوا نَارًا. In Ibrahim alayhi salam's time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the fire, قُلْنَا يَا نَارُ كُونِي بَرْدًا, that He told the fire to become cool. Many times when we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we ask, oh Allah, I wish you to grant me this or that. Imagine if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped at bardan. Bardan means cold. That He commanded the fire to become cold. Sometimes we're not able to get something when we make dua. We say, oh Allah, I want a brand new car. Or I want a brand new house. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not give it to the person. Instead, He gives them the reward or gives them something else. If someone was to get a brand new car and if he was to get in an accident the next day, what good is that new car? Or if he was to get a house and it burned the next day, what good is that house? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not stop at bardan. He says, وَالسَّلَامًا عَلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. That not only that fire was cool for Ibrahim alayhi salam, that it was peaceful for Ibrahim alayhi salam. That it was a temperature as is, nothing's happened. Just, a regular day. وَأَرَادُوا بِهِ كَيْدًا فَجَعَلْنَاهُمُ الْأَخْسَرِينَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that these people made a plan, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them from amongst the worst losers. So this is like the childhood of Ibrahim alayhi salam. As some time passes, he gets out of the fire, he gets married. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tests the ones who He loves. So when he gets married, he's not able to have any children with his wife Sarah alayhi salam. He starts begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rabbi habili min as-salihin. That, oh my Lord, grant me with a righteous son. This is a dua for people who are not able to have children, that they should make this dua. And the parents that are expecting children, that they should still make this dua, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes their children from the righteous. So Ibrahim alayhi salam is already tested. But yet he always turns back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He doesn't say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, my people disowned me, they threw me in the fire, and now you're testing me again. No, he's asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again, Rabbi habli min as-salihin, that grant me with a righteous child. فَبَشَّرْنَاهُ بِغُلَامٍ حَلِيمٍ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses him with a righteous child, that who also later on became a prophet, Ismail alayhi salam. So this child, when he grew up, he became a toddler, he became a little older, he came to an age that if something was said to him, he could understand. فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ مَعَهُ السَّعْيِ, at that age, you can ask any parent, they love that child. Whatever he does, they smile, and they're very happy that our child has reached an age that he can eventually be independent. It is the coolness of our eyes. At that age, Ya bunayya inni ara fil manam, that he tells his son that I saw a dream. Anni azbahuka fanzur madha tara, that I saw a dream in which I'm slaughtering you, I'm sacrificing you. And he's asking his son, what should I do? Ibrahim alayhi salam, the way he's asking, he's a Nabi of Allah, he's a prophet of Allah. The dream of a prophet is a wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's a revelation. It's not, a dream that comes to us, sometimes is true, sometimes is, fake, sometimes is, for the things that we're doing in our life. But a prophet's dream, it is a wahi, that's something they have to do. Ismail alayhi salam, he responds and says, If'al ma tu'mar, do as you have been told. There are many lessons that we can derive from this. That in our homes, with our children and our, with our families, with our wife, the husband, that if they have the environment in the house of doing ta'aleem, of talking to each other, of learning from one another, these conversations can take place at home. You know how to talk to your children. You don't randomly tell them that don't do this because I said so. That they hate the deen because you're telling them a command. Ibrahim alayhi salam, being a prophet, he knew that this is something that he had to do. But yet, he asked his child how it should be done. If'al ma tu'mar. So he said, do as you have been told. Satajiduni insha'Allah min as-sabirin. Inshallah, he makes dua that inshallah I'll be amongst the people who are patient. And later on, Ibrahim alayhi salam does take his son, and he's going, to slaughter his son. And shaitan comes a few times, and he pebbles him. But however, this act was liked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so much so, that till the day of judgment, that every Muslim to come, whether he performs Hajj or not, he is supposed to do udhiyah on the Eid al-Adha, till the day of judgment, if he is able to. قَدْ صَدَّقُتَ الرُّؤْيَا إِنَّا كَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ, that he made the dream come true. Many times we say a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to do, but do we actually do it? We make a plan that we're going to go to the gym for like a couple days a week. We're going to make a six-pack by the end of the summer, but is this something we actually do? We say that, we're going to save up or, cut back on something. There's one thing that someone is saying something, there's another thing that someone actually does it. Ibrahim alayhi salam actually was going to slaughter his son. It was a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he changed it with an animal from Jannah. It's mentioned that it was a ram. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions him as a successful one. That whatever was thrown towards him, whatever test that was thrown towards him, he passed it with flying colors. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a task of building the Kaaba, the Baytullah. So every rukun from his family, from Sarah alayhi salam, from Ismail alayhi salam, from Ibrahim alayhi salam himself, till the day of judgment, it has become a fard upon us, for the ones that who are able to do so. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't finish here. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. He mentions those people that who do not make an effort, that who do not, go for Hajj, that those people are doomed. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't need anything from us. So whatever we do, we should turn our hearts towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He makes it, that the people that who have not performed Hajj, that they get the ability to perform Hajj. And the ones that who have gone, that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring them back home safely. Wa akhiru da'wan alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulih al-amin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. There's a request for a dua for Muzammil Hussein Sabir. He's hospitalized. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him shifa kamilan ajila. There's one announcement that I wanted to make. Yesterday, after Salatul Fajr, there's a community member of ours who got beaten up in the city. My mother had talking to his wife. He's doing much better, but he got stitches on his head. So be careful when we go outside, and there are many things, precautions that we can take. Here at ISB we have self-defense classes. We should be a part of all of this. As much as precaution that we can do, we should be able to do it. Allahumma ighfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat wal muslimina wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat innaka sami'un qareebun mujibul lid'awati ya rabbil alamin. Allahumma ighfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat wal muslimina wal muslimat الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب للدعوة يا رب العالمين. عباد الله رحمكم الله اتقوا الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم ودعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله تعالى أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استووا اعتدلوا. Please turn your lines to yourself. There's room on my right. Your left. Oh, my right. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والله خلقكم وما تعملون. قالوا ابنوا له بنيانا فألقوه في الجحيم وأرادوا به كيدا فجعلناهم الأسفلين وقال إني ذاهب إلى ربي سيهدين رب هب لي من الصالحين فبشرناه بغلام حليم فلما بلغ معه السعي قال يا بني إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك فانظر ماذا ترى قال يا أبت افعل ما تؤمر ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين فلما أسلما وتله للجبين وناديناه أن يا إبراهيم قد صدقت الرؤيا إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين إن هذا لهو البلاء المبين وفديناه بذبح عظيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.